Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing good today. It is, I think, around the 1st of April. I've been out of town, so I can't remember dates right now. I go back to work in a couple of days, so I'll start getting back to everything then. But in the meantime, it's time to play catch up. Sorry, I've got the sun behind me. I'm trying not to blind everybody. So it's gonna be an exciting day. We've got a ton of stuff to do today. Like I said, we've been gone, so we got to do some catch up, and really looking forward to it. So what do we have to do today? Well, most important, my wife's car needs an oil change, so my son's going to take care of that. And in order to do that, we've got to clean the lift area out. There's a little bit of junk there. And I don't know if you can see all the tall grass, my junk pile, all the tall grass. Yeah, we're behind on mowing, so we got to do that. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, we got to build an engine. So for that thing, the block came back for the beast, and I've got a cousin coming down to help me start putting it back together. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'll probably get you some time lapse of that, and yeah, see what the day has in store. Thank y'all for joining. Well, good morning. It is day 2, and yes, I look like I'm wearing the same clothes, but they're different, I promise. So day 2, more of the same. We're gonna try to keep working on the engine. I apologize for not going through a bunch of detail on what we did yesterday, just because, number one, there was a ton of drama added to the day. I don't have to script drama. It just kind of happens in my life. Started getting things prepped to put the engine together, and my daughter was mowing the property, and which I'll show you here in a second. She did a good job, and now I don't have giant weeds everywhere, so that's great. So she was mowing the grass, got around the pump house, and caught a water hose, snatched the faucet off the wall, which also broke the plumbing inside the well house. So yeah, we had to stop what we were doing and fix that. So that's one thing. My son went to change the oil in my wife's car, and we got the wrong filter on the car for almost 10 years, and somehow we got the wrong filter. So he had to run back to town and get that. So like I said, drama doesn't have to be scripted. It happens. So let me get the shop open, and we'll show you where we are and what we plan to do. Okay, so as you can see, there's still a ton of parts to clean. These are all, the majority of them are all like exterior components. They're not the internals. Of course, you got the rocker on, that is. So we got a lot of that to clean up. We've been cleaning, and there's the lifters and some of the bolts and things. But here's where we left off yesterday. So we've got the lower part of the rotating assembly in place. We've got the crank in, and the main caps. That was another thing. The machine shop did not actually give us the caps back when we picked everything else up, so we had to go get that. Thankfully they still had them. So yeah, we got the rotating assembly in, so all that's done. And I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, that little piece right there, that is a oil tube injector to keep the pistons oiled. So we got those in, and we got the timing, part of the timing cover in. So we're making good progress for all the headaches we had to go through yesterday. I think the first thing we'll do today is probably start putting the cam in, and we'll move ahead from there. So we'll see how it goes. This is one thing I'm very thankful to have, is this book. It's the shop manual for rebuilding the engine on this Isuzu engine, and it is very, very detailed. I mean, it's torque specs and the locations of the bolts. I mean, it's a very detailed step-by-step process book, and I'm glad we were able to find one for this engine, so that helps out a lot. We've still got a lot to go and a lot to do. Again, I'm gonna try to get you as much footage as I can. The problem is my cousin is only here for about 5 to 7 more hours, depending on how the day goes, and we've got to get as much as we can done while he's here. I know engines. I don't know them nearly as well as he does, and he does some of this stuff for a living, so I trust his opinion way more than I trust mine. And if I've got that resource, I'll pray to use it as much as I can. So we're going to try to push forward as much as we can and try to get that thing put together as far as we can before he leaves. So let's get back to work. So a helpful tip: if you're rebuilding engines or working on something and you have another person, another shop do the work for you, try to get them to account for each bolt that they took out. Had a very reputable shop help me with the machining on this block and making sure everything was right for it. They had to do some disassembly because, well, just because I wasn't able at the time to get everything taken apart that needed to come apart. So they did some disassembly for me. And in that process, they ended up not keeping all the parts together. Great shop, they do great work, but when we got everything back, it is just piled in a box. We don't know which bolts came from where. We're running into some issues. Yesterday, I had to go back to the machine shop to get the main caps for the crankshaft because they had forgotten to give me the main caps and the bolts for it. Today, I'm having to run to the hardware store because the machine shop's closed because we're missing some bolts for the camshaft torque cover. So, you know, sorry about the glare. Just helpful tip: try to talk with your machine shop. If they're willing to help you out and kind of keep things separated, push them through a piece of cardboard or something. But If you can take it apart yourself, do it. If not, have a really good conversation with your shop so that you can guarantee you get everything back. And on a Saturday or Sunday morning, you're not rushing somewhere trying to find something you're missing. Just a little tip. There it is, y'all. Not completely done, but a heck of a lot better than it was 2 days ago. So we've had it re-sleeved. The head's been worked. New pistons, rings, everything. The gasket for the timing chain or timing gear cover is the wrong gasket, so I've got to get in touch with the people I ordered it from and get the correct one. We've still got to run the water line for the radiator and everything, but we'll probably do that once it's in the machine. Got to run the fuel lines, time the injector pumps, hook up the vent line there. Let's see what else. Motor mounts have to be put on it. There's an oil filter that goes back here that's got to be put on. A fuel filter's got to be put on. Not a whole lot. It's almost done. So I'll be glad to see it put in the excavator. As soon as we get everything buttoned up, I'll put a coat of paint on it before we put it in the excavator. And it'll be ready to go. So a big shout out to my cousin for coming down and helping me out. He is an outstanding person, and there is no way I could have got this much work done without him. Just impossible. So very excited. Hopefully within the next month that'll be put in the excavator. We can get it cranked and try to get it working. So that would be awesome. So yeah, it's been a productive week. So what is it they say about best laid plans of mice and men? So we would have been done with this engine. We did run into a few issues. One of them is not our fault. One of them is the fact that the company sent us the wrong gasket for the timing cover. Getting it taken care of, should have it in the next couple of days. Another one was the main caps and the bolts being left at the machine shop. We got those thankfully before they closed, so we were able to move ahead. One thing that was our fault is we didn't read the manual quite well enough. The lifters or tappets were supposed to be put in before the camshaft was put in. So we did not put them in. We put the cam in, the fuel pump, injector pump, the oil pan cover, the head, and all that, and then realized it and had to take all of that back apart so we could get the injectors back in. So we wasted about an hour there, but at least we got it done and it's ready to go. So, or getting ready to go. So it happens. Oh, So everybody, I want to thank you for following along. Engine's not exactly complete yet, but it's really close. And hopefully in the next couple of days to a week, we'll be able to finish it off completely. I'm going to talk to a couple of friends of mine and see if we can crank it before we put it in the excavator. Just for my peace of mind and to know everything works right. So, but anyway, thank y'all for following along. Thank you for being part of this. Really appreciate y'all. Appreciate the new subscribers and the old ones who have been around. Thank y'all so much. Please hit the like, subscribe, and thank you for the comments. I enjoy hearing from you and learning new things. So thank y'all so very much. I hope you're having a great day. I know I am. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.